Hello and welcome back to Mismatch. We are on chapter 13, Taste of Victory. You stop in your tracks when you see Aphrodite standing in front of your apartment door. Her voice is tense as she faces you. We need to talk. Talk? I'm listening. We sure as hell do. But this better not lead to another shouting match, because I'm not going through another one of those. Can I come inside, please? You hesitate a second, then nod. She steps aside so you can fit the key into the lock, and then you enter the apartment. In the living room, you turn around to face Aphrodite. So, this better be... I'm sorry for everything, for everything that I said to you, for setting your dad up to fail. For duping you into making that bouquet for Richard to give to Veronica. That was such a low blow. Lower, now that we all know Richard's worse than the scum at the bottom of a storm drain. She lets out a heavy breath, shoulders rising and then dropping, like she's gathering herself together. I was being an idiot. Idealistic, but in all the wrong ways. Richard was never the one I should have put my faith behind. Ever. I made a huge mistake, and when I didn't like the outcome, I took it out on you. You didn't deserve a single word of what I said to you last night. Aphrodite, it means a lot to hear you say that. You're at a point about my luck, though. I appreciate that you recognized how hurtful those things were to hear. It's still not good enough. I shouldn't have said them in the first place. I'm not asking for your forgiveness because I don't think I deserve it. Okay, well, I think it might be time for Valentina to do some of her own apologising. Taken aback, you observe her for a moment, finding nothing but honesty and regret on her face. I'll admit, I'm a little surprised to hear you say that. So I can still impress you after that last screw-up, huh? She cracks a grin, but you see the pain in her eyes, the self-doubt. I was so stupid, Valentina. If I could go back and do it all over, I would have never put my faith in Richard. But since I can't do it over, well, I hope you give me one more chance to explain myself. This sounds like something I've heard before. Last night, to be exact. That was my covering my ass explanation. But since then, I've had to face things I was trying to avoid. But I'm done avoiding how I feel. She looks you straight in the eyes, chin raised, and she looks proud. When I told you I was playing my endgame at the fundraiser, that was the truth. At that point, I'd realized I'd been going a little easy on you. Just a little, though. Because, damn, you are good, and you've been giving me a run for my money. That's all the truth. Good save. But I could have been going harder, and then I thought, if I go all in and end this competition now, well, the sooner the competition was over, the sooner the two of us could focus on us. You were thinking of our relationship? Could have said that then. Do you realize how much grief that would have saved us if you'd just been honest? Yeah, I realize now, but I'm a self-sabotager, Valentina. It's bad. You seriously need to work on getting in touch with your feelings. Believe me, I'm seeing the truth of those words more and more every day. When you asked me where the line was, when I thought I could hurt you to win this competition, I regretted it as soon as I thought it. The real truth is that I have to lose you to win. It isn't worth it. What's you saying? I'm saying I care about you more than I care about being CEO. She reaches out her hands and there's a pause as you hold her gaze, though you can't pinpoint the change. She seems lighter, freer. You feel like you're looking at a new woman, Someone who broke out of their self-imposed shackles, and when you take her hands, she smiles. I'm saying that I'm at peace with the fact that you're going to win the CEO position. Aphrodite, you haven't lost yet. Let's just see how it plays out. Aphrodite laughs softly, a fond amusement that makes your heart flutter. Sweet of you to tell me I'm still in this when you've been saying you'll clobber me from the very beginning. It's fine, Valentina. I'm happy with the thought of you winning. It means no more having to work against each other. She pulls you closer, mischief twinkling in her eyes as she lowers her voice to a soft murmur. And when you're CEO, you can get rid of the no dating clause, if you felt so inclined. I wonder why I would ever consider doing such a thing. Aphrodite's fingers tighten around yours, her thumb stroking your knuckles. The touch is comforting, the silence one of appreciation. This feels good, taking my own happiness into account. I thought becoming CEO was your happiness? Found out I've got an even better one. You. Me? That's a little cheesy, isn't it? Maybe, but if I lose this competition, it won't be because I'm a failure. It'll be because you earned it, because you won it. And there's nothing I'd be prouder of than dating a successful woman who managed to beat me at my own game. She rests her forehead against yours, her nose nudging yours, her lips centimeters away. I should kiss her desperately, tenderly. You grab her face, and she meets you with a yearning you didn't expect, lips crashing against yours. Aphrodite! You gasp her name as she pulls you closer, lips and tongue working against yours feverishly. You can feel her heartbeat reverberating through your chest. For a blissful moment, you let yourself get lost in the shared sensations of your bodies before you pull back with another gasp. So, we're together now? Really, actually together? Really and actually. Let's be real though, we kind of have been for a long time. Yes, I better hurry and become CEO so I can officially get rid of that clause then, huh? Aphrodite ducks her head to kiss your neck, breath warm as she lets out a soft laugh. Sounds like a dream come true. You shiver as she traces her lips back up your neck. She whispers to you as you rest your foreheads together, noses touching. It was only a day and I missed you so much. Then why don't we make up for lost time? You take Aphrodite by the hand. Her eyes light up as she realizes you're leading her to your bedroom. As soon as you're inside, you push her up against the wall and seal your lips to hers, moaning as her tongue meets yours instantly. Her fingers dig into your hips, pulling you tight to her body. You gasp, then duck to kiss her neck, feeling her throat bob as she swallows. Honestly, I think this is more than I deserve tonight. Honestly, I think you should consider yourself lucky you get the chance to make it up to me like this. She catches your face and kisses you passionately, lost in something infinitely deeper in the hunger she shows you. She pulls back to grin at you. Yes, ma'am. You pull each other's clothes off in a flurry, throwing garments to all corners of the room. Aphrodite's hands roam your bare skin, leaving your body tingling. God, I miss this. She pushes you roughly down on the bed, your stomach swooping with excitement as she crawls over you. She kisses down your neck, lips trailing the length of your collarbone. A moan escapes you before you realize you're making moaning sounds. I'm going to do everything I can to make up for what I did last night. Ooh, yes. I want you to make me forget about last night completely. Do you think you can do that? You shiver as she scrapes her teeth along your collarbone, her voice low as she responds. Is that a challenge? Your chest rises, arching up to meet her as her lips trail over the curve of your breast. She fondles the other one, giving it a firm squeeze. Challenge, dare, order, whatever, just do it. Once again, yes, ma'am. You grab the back of her head, eyes falling shut as you enjoy her long, slow kisses against the peak of your breast. Her other hand travels lower, rubbing down your side, over your hip. She slips her thumb beneath the waistband of your underwear. Much later, Aphrodite holds you tight under the covers. She nuzzles your shoulder. I can't believe how lucky I am to have met you. I thought that was the lucky one. Luck isn't mutually exclusive, and for the record, you are lucky. My lucky charm. Oh, that's just shy of sickeningly sweet. You drum idly on Aphrodite's forearm, wrapped around your waist. For a few moments, you just smile at each other without words. Apology accepted, by the way. Oh good, I was worried for a bit. However, you will have to apologize for making it hard for me to work tomorrow. Never. She latches her mouth to your neck and sucks playfully. You swat at her shoulder and she pulls back with a laugh. I honestly wasn't expecting to be forgiven already. What did it? It's just that I could tell how sincere you were being. It was a very sweet apology. You're really good in bed. Oh, good, because I was considering writing you a ballad, but I figured maybe that'd be taking it too far. Oh, good, I would have kicked you back into the hall. For all your neighbours to hear me singing? Laughing, you swat at her, but she catches your hand and presses it to her cheek. Yeah, you're right. I guess I'm not the best singer. But I do like making you sing. Specifically my name. She rolls on top of you, slotting herself between your thighs. You're insatiable. Not the only one. She claims your lips with her own as she rolls her hips against yours. With a laugh, you wrap your legs around her waist, the heat building all over again. When your alarm buzzes the next morning, you open your eyes to see Aphrodite lying beside you, rubbing sleep from her eyes. She slings an arm over your waist, pulling you closer and tucking your head under her chin. Hey, beautiful. Too bad your morning alarm exists. You sure we can't ignore it? Your cheeks warm as you hold tight to the memory of last night. As much as I'd like to lie around all day, work calls for both of us. In that case, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry. You gonna show me where your pans are? Soon, Aphrodite is cooking eggs for you both. Neither of you have bothered to get dressed, and you admire Aphrodite's body as she putters around your small kitchen. You really don't have to go to all this trouble. I generally grab coffee and go. I may not have to, but I'm warming up to this whole stable romantic future thing. I better start getting used to mornings like this. You've never even stayed for breakfast before. Which means you've never gotten to enjoy my breakfast scramble before. Aphrodite deftly plates 2 steaming breakfasts and brings them over to the table. As you take a bite, you reach out your bare foot to nudge Aphrodite's. This is good. You would make a great homemaker when I'm CEO. Making a home with you? I could get used to that real fast. The sentence comes out so naturally and quickly, Aphrodite doesn't even realize she said it. She hooks both of her feet around your ankle, her playful smile so bright and adoring you feel your chest fill with emotion. Aphrodite, I love you. I'll buy you an apron then. I thought I was gonna say it first. What? Then why didn't you? I wanted to make it big. I thought it'd be over a perfect dinner, maybe with some classic skywriting. You laugh, playfully kicking Aphrodite's feet away from yours. You're ridiculous. You see, this is why I beat you at things, Aphrodite. I just go out and do them. Hey, you have a real good point there. She leans across the table, gently brushing her lips against yours. I love you too, Valentina de Ferenzi. Grinning goofily at each other, you manage to eat a few more bites before your mind wanders. You sigh. I've got to admit, I'm nervous about Dad's apology to Veronica today. I hope she isn't too mad at him. I'll be there for you and your dad as support. I owe Veronica a huge apology too, not to mention your dad. Actually, I've got a little something that might boost your confidence. Is it more clothes? Is it more clothes? Before you can reply, Aphrodite pushes back her chair and hurries to your bedroom. You hear some rustling, and after a couple of minutes, picked this up on my way over yesterday. Aphrodite returns wearing her clothes and carrying a box which she ceremoniously places in your lap. A present? I think you're overdoing the apology. Come on, open it. I know you'll get a kick out of it. You pull back layers of tissue paper to reveal a feminine upscale business suit, replete with clean tailored lines and perfectly pressed edges. They say dress for the job you want. I call this Valentina's kick-ass CEO suit. Ooh, it is cute. But it's going to be a no. She's got plenty of clothes. You tuck the outfit back into the box. That being said, you can never have too many clothes, but another time. I don't want to jump the gun on dressing the part before I have the part. I'll go change into something else real fast. There. I think I'm ready to face this day. I should head back to my place and grab a couple things, but I'll see you at work. She gives your hand a squeeze and drops a kiss on your forehead, then heads for the door. She stops and turns around. Oh, and Valentina? Yes? I love you. I love you too. I am obsessed with her wardrobe though, like. Some of these, just perfection. You arrive at the office with your dad, who fidgets with the apology letter in his hands. Dad, stop, you're wrinkling it. Does it always feel like you're walking into a lion's den when you come to work? Only recently. Aphrodite walks up, a sheepish look on her face. Hey Drew, I know sorry's not gonna cut it, but I feel awful about what happened. I never should have brought Richard. Between you supporting the dude and me punching him out of his chair doing a charity night, I don't know who looks worse right now. Alright, deep breaths you two. Here we are. You knock on Veronica's door, and when she calls out for you to enter, you open the door and step inside. She looks up from where she's been slumped on her desk, face in her hands. You see fatigue lines under her eyes. Poor woman. Ah, Valentina, Aphrodite, good morning. Drew, what are you doing here? What's going on? Veronica, are you doing all right? My dad has something important to say. Maybe you should take the rest of the day off after this. You look really tired. I appreciate the sentiment, dear, but I have simply too much to deal with after, well, you know what. She gives your dad a look of uncertainty and longing. He steps forward, unfolding his letter. I mean to apologize. I wrote you something to try to express how I feel. He clears his throat and starts reading with emotion. Veronica, I need to be honest with you. You are the first thing I think of when I wake up and the last thing I think of before I go to sleep. Seeing you in my bar for the first time, I could tell something was different. I keep replaying it in my mind because right then you were perfect. True, I feel the same way. Haha, I knew she'd like it straightforward. I am a Genius. Drew glances up at Veronica, taking in her gentle smile before looking back at the letter. I regret how I acted at dinner, but I don't regret fighting for you, for us, because of all the laughs we've shared. You make me feel so with you when I tell you another dad joke. You always make me smile, and I want to do the same for you. I still remember the joy on your face when you bowled that first bear. I was so proud of you. Oh, goodness. I cheered like a kid in a candy store, didn't I? She reaches across the desk and takes Drew's hand. It takes a brave man to apologise openly like that, which is much more than I can say for Richard. It's all my fault, Veronica. I shouldn't have invited him. I hurt you and I can't forgive myself for that. I can't fault you for giving him a chance, Aphrodite. I've been giving him chance after chance for years. I should have left when I caught him with that assistant, but instead I made a rule about no dating in the office. People hated me for it, and I took that hate willingly because I loved my husband. But that's long in the past. You deserve so much better. I know I do, and I believe I've found it. She smiles up at your dad, who smiles back tenderly. Then she looks at you. According to the rules of this competition, Valentina, this makes you the door swings open, crashing against the wall. Jeremy runs in and frantically turns on the TV. Veronica, you need to see this. Oh, what now? You see the set of the celebrity gossip talk show TMI. A reporter speaks in front of a projected image of Veronica and Richard at a party together. You heard it here first, folks. Manhattan star matchmaking duo are battling out a devastating divorce. And get this, Veronica Roberts, New York's Queen of Love, moves on to the next man while still married to her husband. This information came to us from a reliable anonymous source. Find out more right here on TMI after the break. Veronica, you and Richard, the company. Veronica falls back heavily in her chair in shock. Someone leaked my divorce. More than my divorce. How? Veronica, who could have done this? We'll get to the bottom of this. We'll find out who betrayed your privacy like this. But Valentina, the only ones who knew about the divorce were you and Aphrodite. No, Valentina would never. And I screwed up big time, but not this big. Whoever leaked this is trying to ruin you. The only other people who were told besides you two were Maggie and Drew, so unless you're blaming one of them. Of course not. Then you are the only two left who have been so deeply involved in this process. If you can't prove to me you aren't behind this, if you can't fix this mess, I'll have to fire you both. Just when she was about to be CEO. That's hardly fair. Veronica, let's think about this. Everybody out! Jeremy hurriedly ushers you all out of Veronica's office. Maggie runs up to you in the hallway. I just saw the news. The whole office knows. This has Richard's vengeful fingerprints all over it. He's the only other one who knew about the divorce. Of course, this is his payback for last night. If he can't have Veronica, he's going to ruin her entire image. I'm pulling up the company calendar. Richard has a TV interview for damage control booked with TMI in 1 hour. How convenient. The story's barely dropped and he's already scheduled to save his image. This proves he's behind the leak. Maggie, pull up the address for the TMI set. We're going down there and stopping Richard. Dad, can you stay and try to get through to Veronica? She needs you more than ever right now. You've got the June bug, and good luck. You catch a cab to the TMI set, hurrying past staff and crew members in the lot. You see Richard's name on a piece of paper taped to a trailer. We need Richard to confess to betraying Veronica's privacy, and we need to do it fast. Do you two have a plan? Aphrodite, you play the good cop, bad cop. Excellent. I thought you'd never ask. All right, you lousy scum. I'm gonna need some answers, or the ladies here will knock you into next Tuesday. This is serious business. I'm going to need you to enjoy it less. Not a chance. Just then, Richard emerges from the trailer, his suit newly pressed and his hair neatly combed. He arches a brow when he sees you. Aphrodite, what are you and your co-workers doing here? Don't screw around with us, Richard. I made the mistake of falling for your lies once, but not again. What in the world are you insinuating, Aphrodite? That you told the press about the divorce, and now you're here to save your ass while Veronica's rep goes up in flames. That's insane. Did Veronica put you up to this? Come on, Richard. We all want life to go back to normal and for everybody to be happy. All you have to do is tell us the truth. You think I want the press bearing down on my private affairs? You think I do this to myself? I didn't ask for this tomfoolery. First, my wife is unfaithful, and now I have you three coming after me like hyenas. I'm only trying to move on. By doing a whole interview about it, sure doesn't sound like moving on to me. It's called diplomacy. I'm fixing whatever the hell one of you surely started. A show producer hurries up, waving a clipboard. What's going on? Mr. Robert, who are these? We are key witnesses from Tusco, here to expose the truth about Richard. We're here to offer our inside perspective on the matter as Veronica's top matchmakers. Aphrodite raises her eyebrows at you and you shrug helplessly. The producer gasps dramatically. An inside perspective? I smell sky-high ratings. Hold on just a second. Certainly you wouldn't let a strange person onto your show at the last moment. Of course we will. Sounds great for the ratings. Welcome to the show, Miss Valentina and Aphrodite. Miss Deferenzi, right this way. I'll get you fitted with microphones. Be quick, we're nearly rolling. Before you know it, you're guided into a chair on set. All cameras aim your way as the host gets into position. And we're on in 3, 2... Good afternoon, New York. Is it hot in here, or is that just the steaming hot drama? Nice to see you again, Carson. The audience applauds and laughs. We're bringing you a follow-up to this morning's news of matchmaking mogul Veronica Roberts' divorce and cheating scandal. We have with her husband, Richard Roberts, and another inside source. Valentina and Aphrodite, one of Tusco's top matchmakers. She said it, folks. So tell me, Richard, is it all true? I'm afraid so. My wife was unfaithful, wounding me terribly, but I only want us both to move on. All of the city feels for you right now. I applaud you being here, speaking with so much integrity. Integrity, you've always been faithful, but you wanted this divorce as well. I have been an excellent husband throughout our marriage, a marriage you know nothing about. Funny how you could admit you cheated on Veronica in front of people at a party, but not on live television. That's certainly a twist in the story. Richard, Valentina is saying some concerning things about you. This young woman has no idea what she's saying. She's trying to steal my company. She's in a competition to take over as CEO. Her own father has begun dating my wife, obviously in an effort to steal what belongs to me. Excuse me? I'm trying to make Veronica and my dad happy. Only you would put such a selfish spin on it. Lies. You were just hired. You can't be trusted with anything, much less Tusco. This is clearly a plot. Look, Veronica is a shrewd woman. She trusts me and my dad, and she knows she can't trust you as far as she could throw you. Valentina, you must have an inside perspective on the divorce and what sounds like a love triangle. If there's anything you need to know, it's that Veronica is a good person. Rich's name fits. He's a real dick. There's a double standard here. The audience gasps. Richard's face twitches, but he maintains his composure. That sort of mudslinging is far from appropriate. I disagree. You're pompous, self-centered, and you are an honourable husband. You were only here to step on Veronica so you can come out squeaky clean. Let the people decide for themselves, but it's telling that you strayed from Veronica for your own secretary. Gasp! Your own secretary, Richard? That's low. What do you have to say for yourself? This is slander. I was a perfect husband to Veronica, and no one in their right mind can say otherwise. Really, Richard, a perfect husband? I bet that means you know everything about her then, if you're so doting. A look of horror dawns on Richard's face as he realises the hole he's dug himself into. He swallows. Tell me, Richard, what is Veronica's favourite opera? Why does Tusco have a no dating policy? When did you last sit down to dinner with Veronica? What an asinine question, obviously for efficiency and workplace professionalism. Actually, it's because you went ahead and slept with one of your own employees. Egads, the 50s just called. They want their workplace culture back. Richard abruptly stands from his chair, his face twisted in rage. I will not sit by while one of my own employees makes a fool of me. This sort of talk ruins reputations. It appears you ruined yours without much help. Richard freezes, glancing on the camera still trained on him. The audience heckles him with a chorus of boos and jeers. Shut up! None of you understand what I'm going through. Then one last question, Richard. Can you definitely say you were not behind the leak we aired earlier today? Of course I'm not. Someone out there is slandering me and Veronica, and now I can't even pick up the goddamn pieces. Do you know how many business partners have called off their deals in the last hour alone? I'm not behind this. There you have it, folks. Perhaps not the most savoury of characters, but Richard Roberts maintains his innocence regarding the link. Many thanks to Valentina and Aphrodite for joining us on such short notice. We'll keep you all updated over the next few hours. As the show goes to commercial break, Richard starts yelling at anyone who will listen. You will put down this segment immediately. I don't care if you have dead air. I have connections. Sir, come with me. Calm down. The producer alerts security and leads a huffing, humiliated Richard away while Aphrodite and Maggie rush up to you from the studio audience. You said things to Richard I've daydreamed about saying forever. You're my hero. You were brutal out there. Remind me not to get back on your bad side. She didn't say back on her bad side, but I thought it was apt. Oh yeah? Shame, my bad side's smoking hot. Good thing I love you. You find your stomach swooping as you say it. Aphrodite's smile meets her eyes, her expression radiating warmth towards you. Yep, that's a really good thing for me. That had better not be the end of your response. Of course it's not. I love you too, Valentina. That's more like it. Come on, you two lovebirds, progress. This was a win, but we're far from done. It genuinely seems like Richard was just here to save face. He's awful, but not our league. So that leaves us right back where we started, and it's going to cost us our jobs. Ugh, it's not fair that we're taking the blame for this. Aphrodite squeezes your hand, her face fiery with determination. We're not taking the blame for anything. Come on, let's see if your dad talks some sense into Veronica. You arrive back at the office, steps heavy as you make your way towards Veronica's office. Up ahead, Jeremy rounds the corner, striding with purpose. Jeremy, have you seen my dad? Oh yes, he went home ages ago. Veronica wanted nothing to do with him. You share a crestfallen look with Aphrodite and Maggie. What do we do now? Well, I think it's in your best interest to resign quietly without making things even worse for yourself. I really think he's the leak. What's that supposed to mean? With an infuriatingly smug smile, Jeremy takes out his phone and presses play on a video. A scene begins in a familiar room. Which Veronica could have gotten divorced like a normal woman. All this sneaking around finding her dates is exhausting. Suddenly, Aphrodite's lips are on yours. You wrap your arms around her neck as she nips at your lower lip. Aphrodite, yeah, really? There's nobody around but you and me. We can do whatever we want. Ugh, I told you this man was a snake. I told you. I kept telling you. You clap a hand over the phone as you watch yourself and Aphrodite start undressing each other in the video. Rage and embarrassment clog your throat. How did you get that? That was private. It sure doesn't look good that you were complaining about having to deal with Veronica's divorce. And on top of that, breaking her cardinal rule by having an illicit relationship. Bringing it into the office, no less. Jeremy, you're a monster. Give me that. We'll get you back for this. You're going down, Jeremy. Just do it. You might want to think things through more before you go making grand statements like that. I don't get it. There are no cameras in the office unless someone bugged us. The doll, it's short from exactly where I put Neil's thank you doll on Valentina's shelf. Jeremy, you're sick, and I'm pretty sure that's 50 shades of illegal. I'd be careful with the type of crazy claims you're making. I'm in a good mood now. But secrets leak with such ease these days, so if I were you, I'd try to stay on my good side. He smiles again and spins on his heel to stride away, calling cheerily back over his shoulder. Just quit now, and you'll get to leave Tuzco with dignity. Otherwise, you know what's waiting. Jeremy leaves you all stunned and stricken. Jeremy hasn't shown Veronica the video, so if we go to her about it, it's just asking him to leak it, and then she'll really fire us. Damn it! This proves that Jeremy is behind the leak, and we can't do anything about it without hurting Veronica even more. I can't put her through another betrayal, not now. You and Aphrodite share a solemn look, understanding passing between you. We have no other choice. No, you guys can. You pull Maggie into a hug, choking back tears. I'm sorry, Maggie, but it's the only thing we can do. Please trust us. You let go of her, and you and Aphrodite walk towards Veronica's office. You find Veronica at her desk, her face drawn. She looks up at you and Aphrodite with a glimmer of hope, which you know you're about to crush. Veronica, we're sorry to do this to you, especially right now, but Aphrodite and I are resigning from Tuzco. What? But why? Are you admitting that you were behind the leak? Never, but we know we won't be able to help you here. I need you both right now. I can hardly trust anyone. We're sorry, Veronica. Good luck with everything. As you and Aphrodite make for the door, you see Veronica crumple into her desk, fighting back tears. Oh, this is just depressing. I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But the choice is, it's never depressing for too long. So tune in next time to see what resolution is about to come for our loveliest matchmakers. Stay frosty, puppies.